And this stuff is, man, to all my special friends, including Blake and Danielle and Melissa and Janelle, my cousin out east. Yeah, this is the same satellite on 103, but I found this channel today, was in here. It was a blank channel a couple days ago, but it's actually, I think they're actually a new channel now. This is actually Raleigh, North Carolina. It's actually a live NBC feed. They have all the NBC channels, but they're 2 hours ahead of me right now. It's like around 9, around my time. So they're putting like, the lottery's like 1:15. 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's how long the thing they run. It's a live feed showing the North Carolina lottery out east. And I'm over in Utah watching this. This is actually on the 103s. It's actually a live feed. It's no commercials. I actually added this on there today. It was called Micro HD. And when I went to look down the Micro HD, I found this channel. So I actually put that in there just today. It's actually a live feed from North Carolina. It's an NBC channel, like you can watch all the NBC shows without no commercials. It even got its news station. So it's actually Raleigh, North Carolina. So when it said WAR News, so it's actually, that's what it is. But what you're seeing this is actually like what C-band used to be. But instead it doesn't have static on this channel. It's amazing. I know the difference, like C-band had a lot of static, but this doesn't have static on this channel. That's why the LBs are different. This is the same satellite I've been on for days. We're going to go back in a couple of minutes in a minute. I think that's what they use, microspace. I think that's the one of the microspace channels. I think the news stations buy this. That's China. But I found this new channel today. That's pretty cool. I can see what's going on the East Coast. But it's actually probably a live feed. And it actually showed a little bit of news updates. Yeah, I got this channel a couple of days ago. The Macy channel. But my channels are pretty quite messed up. My other box, I have 2 of them. I actually scanned and put the right channels inside this, into the satellite. That's what I'm doing. So to make sure it's all coordinated. So that's what I was doing. That was actually what I used to have, but that was actually was working. But you have to tune the satellites to different ones. We got Japan, but this is a pretty good feature. I didn't know there's like 5 channels work. Yeah, this was a micro channel, but it's actually WRN. It takes a while when you scan, when you look at one of the satellites and stuff, but I had to add this channel manually. Mostly, I can copy this channel to anyone who I want. You can put it upload in the box, but see, that's why you have to try to, once you get it all sorted out, once you get all the channels set up, I'm going to wait till 3 minutes. We'll just let this thing air. I just like to sit here with the cool thing. Oh, man, it's pretty quite amazing. Man, I get the chance to see a free live feed. It says North Carolina Education. That's probably Raleigh. Definitely Raleigh. Mostly it's like what you guys had in, like down in Florida, like the Florida lottery is actually out of Tallahassee. It's out of the colleges. It's out of the FSU. That's what they did in the old C-band days. But some guy actually, wait, I'm gonna turn it up right now. Yep, they're getting air now. It's how the news stations get this stuff on. That's how they do it. That's where they sit behind the TV studios and stuff, and they air it on the television set. That's how they do that stuff. This is much better to see it on live feed. It's better than the commercials. This doesn't have commercials. That's awesome. It's like the old days I used to know in C-band. This is what it used to be like, but instead it's not snowy, but snowy is like when it does that, when it's showed on the screens like you've seen videos of C-band on YouTube. Yeah, that's actually what it used to look like. Now this is KU band. This is pretty awesome. It's much clearer. But it's not bad. I'm getting Raleigh, North Carolina, almost 3,000 miles away. It's pretty good with a little mini dish getting something like this. But I was actually working on some dishes today. I was trying to get it tuning, but I couldn't get it to work. I'm going to probably get it to work sometime. It takes time to do it. But there's several satellite meters you can get. So let's watch this for a while. Wait for about a minute. But this is pretty awesome. I just turned this on about 10 minutes ago to see what it looks like. Sometimes you get these kind of live feeds on it. I was just scanning, looking through the channels on 103. And this is actually one of them. And I knew it had one of these channels on it. But it's usually called Micro HD, but you can rename it because once you know it, when you see this, it's Raleigh, North Carolina channel. It's the East Coast NBC. It's usually where you find all the NBC shows that come on live feeds. The West Coast should give you a little bit more time if you can get the West Coast channels. Yeah. You get at least an hour, 2 hours behind. This is amazing, 2 hours ahead. We'll see what the lottery numbers look like. See if they're the same thing as the other lotteries I know. Maybe somebody will play one of these numbers. I want to see what happens after the lottery, see what it comes on. There it goes. This is actually a live feed. This is pretty amazing. This is on 103 West. It's actually, anybody can see this in anywhere in the world, but yeah. Especially if you live in the US, in Canada or Mexico or Latin America or the Caribbean. Yep.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Taylor. Welcome to tonight's lottery drawings for Sunday, April the 8th, 2018.
This is like a cash 3.
The first winning number tonight in the Carolina Pick 3 is 4. The second number 2, and the third number tonight is 8. Join me for tonight's
428. Man.
Now let's move to the Carolina Pick 4. The first winning number tonight in the Carolina Pick 4.
It's just like our Florida lotteries in Florida when I used to live.
8. And the fourth number tonight is 9. Turning now to the Carolina Cash 5. If no one
It's like a Fantasy 5 system.
jackpot is expected to grow to $92,000. Good luck, everybody.
92,000. What the heck?
Is 14 the second number? 3 the third number? 33 the fourth number? 41, and the final number, the Carolina Cash 5 tonight is 4.
All 4s. You see the odd numbers?
$5 billion to education.
Why are there so many 4s
Exclusive station for the North Carolina Education
and 3s?
Thanks for playing, North Carolina, and have a great night.
See what the next thing's coming up. This channel was blank, but it's actually Raleigh, North Carolina. You have to be on the East Coast time to watch this. But it does show local news in there, and they only run it for a couple of minutes. That's how they live feed. It's actually live feeds from North Carolina. It's not like when you watch local news. But when they're blank, it's usually live feed systems. And if it doesn't show something like a little letter on it, that's actually what it is. See, these are actually live feed channels, but yeah. So this is actually Raleigh, North Carolina channel. You can get to see NBC shows. They usually air.
Allows the title holder to move within a frame of victory.
Look at this crap. They play pool in China.
10-2.
Well, a Chinese pool table.
14 frame will sell me is
But I've never seen one of them before.
the win when Hawkins throws a white towel on the table, issuing surrender. But Selby
So that's how they play Chinese pool.
gets a break in 132. The world number one wins.
There's no numbers on the balls.
Player to defend the China Open title in 13 years, and he clinches the year-end world number one ranking for the 7th time.
And by the way, if you don't real world,
That was amazing when I saw that. See, you get the weather on this too.
From Monday to Tuesday, but along the Pacific side, high pressure dominates. That's keeping some sunshine, but still seeing some breezy conditions. Relative humidity now down to 15% and a dry air advisory in place. We'll see some more snowfall for areas in northern Japan as well, about 10 centimeters for regions of Tohoku. Now, as we look into North America,
we're the East Coast.
Front is moving from Florida across toward areas of Texas and really just the Gulf states. We'll see some thunderstorm chances along with some showers. Now, to the northeast, some high pressure is going to continue to move in, and that'll spread out.
They even talk about us over in Japan. Look at that.
As well as some snowfall and keeping things fairly cold but also dry. Low pressure from the northern Rockies moves into the Midwest and the Central Plains. As that will continue moving toward the Midwest, that's going to bring in about 8 centimeters of snowfall through South Dakota. Some cold air will
They do centimeters. They're very different.
West of this
international.
into New Mexico, we are expecting to see a red flag warning remain in place. This is very dry out there as we're seeing relative humidity down to 7%. Still some very strong winds, high pressure along the west coast. We are starting to see an onshore flow, very strong winds through the Pacific Northwest, very dry.
Tried to write down. You can figure out what centimeters is. They have a calculation.
Low pressure from the Italian peninsula will move
Pretty
into
cool.
the Balkan Peninsula. Some more showers on the way, as well as some areas of thunderstorm chances. As low pressure moves
Something Weather Channel doesn't get this. They get the tropics probably on this.
15 centimeters of snowfall through northern Spain as well. Strong winds, 75 kilometers per hour. The regions of Portugal also see those waves up to about 6 meters. As low pressure moves into the Scandinavian peninsula, Norway is really the only one very much affected by this. We'll see some more snow showers moving all the way up into Norway as well as moving toward Finland, but regions of Sweden.
I'm going to get out of this channel.
0%. It was like a gold.
Pretty awesome, man. Wait, let's see what they look like.
In Lisbon, we're looking at Vienna.
That's 20 Celsius. They do by Celsius.
Have a great day.
China actually does both Fahrenheit and Celsius. They do by Celsius. And that's what.
Sean just a trying, so there's nothing to lose. Whoa! Very expensive. Was writing a record. We keep your
See?
communications.
These are actually live feeds. That's what they are.
Action of any part of it needs attention. We're market specialists.
See, they went back to that channel. See, they're actually micro HDs are actually live feed channels. That's what they are. So you should figure that out now, because then you know the live feeds come on certain hours, and that's what they do. And they turn. Yep.
Whether your users connect on a smartphone,
We don't know what these channels are, but the micros are probably live feeds.
we can reach
This actually comes on ties.
microspace. We're your connectivity connection, and we do it all. Connectivity. It's the driving force in
Yeah, but it was actually working with
audio and
WIR.
data.
They probably come on at 10 o'clock at night.
So it makes the most sense.
Yeah, they probably air certain times a day.
Or during the exchange, you get to look.
That is great. Yeah.
International affairs and
So,
we also have
we gotta let you go right now. So, catch y'all later. Have a wonderful week this week. Just wanted to show you something really cool for a minute ago. So, let you go to all my special friends,
Okay, gentlemen, as always, cross-top.
including you, Blake, and Danielle, and Melissa, and Janelle, my cousin out east. Just wanted to show you something. That was pretty amazing. See, the micro channels are probably were live feeds. So they might be different ones from different parts of the East Coast or West Coast. You might not know. You just have to know those times when they hit on them. So that was Raleigh, North Carolina. So we know the East Coast times come on that time. Like before around 9 means 11 o'clock at night. Like if you hit around like 11 or 10, usually somewhere they'll have a show, and usually will have something on it. And it's probably that's what it was. So catch you later.